I finally got my wish. I got done recording the demo for the actual thing, so after this is the priest and Uncle Mo, and I think that might be about it. I think that might be about it. Why does he look like that? Why? Why though? You just put a little extra on there. And thank you. Really, I've never been able to just talk about my feelings like that with anyone, you know? Fang let out a sigh of relief, and the Ptero, who was just crying and piercing her skin with her nails until she bled just a moment ago, gave me a smile. God, it's such a fucking relief to get that shit off my chest. I mean, I still feel all fucked up about it, obviously, but Fang pulls me in for another hug, which catches me by surprise. My heart is going a million miles an hour, but I've come this far without losing my cool already. I can keep going, right? Right, anytime, Fang. God, Jesus. Anytime, Fang. I never would have guessed you had all this shit on your mind. You never really let yourself look like anything's bothering you. Fang scoffs and laughs a bit at that statement. Oh, if only you knew, dork. She releases me from the hug before making her way to the door. Hey, let's hang out again like this sometime soon, alright? Just you and me again. I nod in reply, and Fang makes her way back down the stairs, leaving me to finally process everything that just happened in front of me. Fuck! The girl just had extended physical contact with you and poured her heart out to you. How will you be able to survive the rest of the day? Breathe in and release. It takes a few minutes for me to finally get my heart to stop racing. Thankfully, it stops before I have a fucking heart attack or something. Raptor Jesus. I can't believe any of that just happened. I was scared shitless that I'd spurred out or something, but somehow I managed to keep my cool, and it felt good. To be comforting Fang like that, I mean. Yeah, fuck it. I'll think more about on this later. I have to get out of here before Spears skins me alive. I guess there's more unique art with this one. I didn't actually look at the pictures to see what any of it looked like, so that's a bad bitch right there. I sigh in front of the mirror, finding myself in the same place I am every morning. It never gets any easier having to reassure myself like this, but it's the only thing keeping me stable amongst all the chaos going on now. Between Naser and his idiot sister bringing him down. No, I shouldn't focus on the negatives right now. You're here for yourself, Naomi. Yes, everything will be fine. It's all going the way that I want it to. I breathe slowly, closing my eyes to focus. Assuming I can trust Anon to not screw everything up, he and Fang should be getting together sometime soon. I've been watching the way things have been progressing, keeping an eye on the two of them, and it's all going according to plan. I let out a small chuckle, proud of the way things have been working in my favor so far. I smile at myself in the mirror. Soon Fang will be out of Naser's life forever, and then the two of us can go back to focusing on our future, together without any distractions bringing him down. I'm sure Naser will be so pleased to hear what I've done when I can explain it to him after the fact. Doubt that. After all, he must think so too, right? Fang's been nothing but a complete nuisance for him. He's always had to keep her out of trouble, clean up all the messes she's made, and he gets no appreciation in return. Just more of Fang's whining. I sigh, thanking the heavens that I'm not in a similar position myself. Thank goodness I don't have to take responsibility for the messes my sister causes with her attitude. I wouldn't have any time for my own life if that was the case. I look at myself in the mirror again, determined once more to face the day ahead. Hopefully Anon will be able to deal with Fang sometime soon. I'd really like for the two of us to be able to get back to normal while there's still time for the school year. There's just so much to plan for mine and Naser's future together. I make my way to the exit, being stopped outside the bathroom by Naser. His sudden appearance catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting to run into him right outside of the bathroom like this. Was he planning to meet with me, perhaps? Naser, what an unexpected surprise. I wasn't expecting to see you until lunchtime. We're talking about this. He just looks at me with a frown on his face. Before I can say something else to him, he speaks first. I talk to myself when I'm alone too. It's just a weird habit. Naomi, do you want to repeat what you said in there for me so I can hear it more clearly? There's a coldness to his words, but the expression on his face is nothing more than a slight frown. What did he say? It's hard to hear through the walls, but it almost sounded like you were saying something about Fang, am I right? I freeze. How much did he hear? Is he angry? Him seeing my reaction to what he said makes him narrow his eyes a bit. Naomi, I'm waiting. Well, you see... I wasn't planning on explaining it to him like this. I planned to wait until things have at least gone over well first, so that there wouldn't be any misunderstandings about my motivations, of course. This is for Fang's own good too, really. I was just thinking that, with as much trouble as Fang has been causing you lately, it would be a good idea to see if I could help her, you know? She obviously has been bringing you down, and I wanted to help the both of you out. Naser's frown grew. That's not what it sounded like to me. It sounded like you were saying something about getting rid of Fang. The surprise on my face after he said that must confirm his suspicions. Oop. He gets a bit closer to me, scowl spread across his face. You were, weren't you? I wasn't sure what to do in this situation. That's a phase right there. What the fuck? I had never seen Naser get angry before. Wait, I had seen Naser get angry before, but never like this, or at me. I knew how scary he could be when he got like this, but thankfully I don't think he'd ever hit me or anything. I need to try and defuse the situation, fast. Naser, it's for her own good. You yourself had said that all of this stuff she's been talking about and doing these last couple of years has been complete nonsense and dragging you down, and I'm just trying to fix that. Naser doesn't seem to be moved much by my response. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see that some students were starting to gather nearby to watch what was happening between us, which had only made this feel even worse. I don't remember asking you to fix my sister, and I don't think Fang would appreciate someone trying to fix her either. He edges closer again, leaving me backed against the wall, face to face with him, with no way out of the situation. That's not something that you should just expect people to be fine with, especially since you were keeping it a secret from me. People are watching. Can we talk about this some other time? My attempt to escape the situation was just met with more aggravation from Naser. It was obvious he wasn't going to let me get away with this. Naser growls before groaning and backing away from me to give me some space to move. I can't believe you'd do something like this behind my back and just expect me to go along with it. Me, my sister, and Anon. We're not just things you can manipulate to your liking, you know. Wait. Was that the... Okay, on the rooftop, was that supposed to be the first encounter with all that? Because after that was finding the venue. And if I remember, that would be more or less... Wait. Or am I crazy? Or was she kind of doing stuff before that? Because at the venue, they said that's when Anon discovers that what she was doing. But before that, I don't remember. There's the garden. I don't remember anything else she did before that. That's the point I'm trying to make. Maybe I'm crazy or something. I don't know. We're not just things you can manipulate to your liking, you know. There was a hint of disappointment mixed in with his anger. Naser, I was only trying to... He shushes me before I'm able to finish what I wanted to say. Naomi, I'm not just gonna stand for this. I don't care what your reasoning was. This is fucked up. He sighs and shakes his head. Maybe this whole relationship was a mistake. I didn't know about this. What else are you keeping secret from me? No. That wasn't how I wanted things to go. I'm not hiding anything else from you. I don't know if I got that one before. Naser, please. My vision starts to blur as I feel something wet running down my cheeks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for anything bad to happen. It was within everyone's best interests. My words only seem to anger Naser more. He lets out a scoff and turns away from me, leaving me facing his back. Because you know better, right? It's over, Naomi. Without another word, he takes a step forward down the hall and out of my life. The crowd was still there, and they were seeing the whole thing. Some of them even had their phones out to record it, no doubt getting great joy over seeing me publicly humiliated and broken like this. I quickly rushed back to the bathroom to escape their sights, and to give myself enough privacy to cry. I slumped down onto the floor, my head against my knees. Oh no. I don't care about hiding my feelings now. There's no point. Why be strong if I don't have anything to show for it? Why be strong if there's no one to be proud of me for my growth? I don't have anything left now. Without Naser, I'm nothing again. All I wanted was for him to be happy that I was doing something good for us, for his sister. I continue to cry, not caring who sees or hears me anymore. Oh, I can't. Okay, now I get it. They're gonna put more expressions on his face, and they didn't want to do the whole body, I guess. Just the head. What's this one? I like this one. This is my favorite track. I still can't get Fang out of my mind. Do I really like her that way? I mean, I guess that wouldn't be awful or anything. But, I don't know. It feels kind of weird, I guess. Maybe I'll talk to her about it when I get the chance. Assuming she won't just punch all my teeth out over it, or something. As I walk through the halls to my next class, I hear some noise that I can only describe as a dying whale of some sort. Is Peter Griffin involved? That show had some weird moments. Some weird shit. The Marge thing. I do remember that. It's just... What the fuck? What were you thinking? Is Mr. Karldusky smuggling endangered species through the school again? Whatever. Not my problem this time. But of course, as I try to ignore the sound, it just gets louder and takes up more of my attention. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go check what this is about really quick. I don't really have much time before the next class starts. I follow the noise to find myself in front of the girls' bathroom. Great. At least no one's around to see me looking in here. I'd never hear the end of it. I'll double check to make sure that no one is around to see me before opening the door slightly and peeking my head inside. Ooh. What I see there catches me by surprise. That looks pretty decent, actually. It's Naomi, crying her eyes out and making horrible sobbing noises, and sitting in a puddle of tears that an anime girl would be envious of. I'm stunned a bit at the sight and not entirely sure how to react. I've never seen her show any kind of emotion like this before. She's always got that incredibly fake smile and happy attitude whenever I see her. While I'm staring at her, she turns her head and looks in my direction. She doesn't seem to respond to my presence, but we stare at each other in silence for a moment. Once the realization hits that the student council president has caught me peeking into the girls' bathroom, I quickly shut the door and start to walk away. You didn't see me do anything like that. What are you talking about? Fuck, of all the people it could have been in there, it's the one person who's most likely to snitch on me to Spears. I hope that she just lets it go. I can't handle another scandal like back in Rock Bottom. Still, that was kind of a rough thing to see. Naomi looked pretty broken up about something. Whatever. Naser can probably cheer her up or something. I'd like to believe that it's not my problem, hashtag, but I think back to a moment about Fang, with her crying and telling me all of her problems on the rooftop just a moment ago. Kind of feels the same way to have seen Naomi like that. But, I don't have time for this. I need to get to class. A few weeks later. It's been a couple of weeks now since Naser broke up with me. I still don't know how to feel about it, if I'm being honest. I don't even feel sad anymore, just empty. Like a piece of me is now missing, leaving an open, bleeding wound. Did I really depend on Naser that much to keep me stable? I don't know, and it's not like there's anyone I can talk to about it either. No one even batted an eye when I broke down. Actually, that's a lie. There was someone who saw me. Anon. He was the only one who saw me when I was in the middle of breaking down after Naser dumped me. It was so humiliating to be seen like that, and by him of all people. Oh, Raptor Jesus, I almost forgot that today is supposed to be the big school-wide presentation. I don't know if this is a new face or not. What the fuck? Which means I'll have to get in front of everyone while I'm still feeling like utter trash. What if I see Naser among the crowd? I haven't seen him since we broke up. I don't know if I could even face him without breaking down again. I'm not sure how I'll look in front of everyone else, as I am right now, or if I'll be able to conduct the assembly properly. I think back to what Principal Spears told me 2 years ago. If you try, you can be good enough. Was he just saying that to make me feel better about myself? I've tried so hard, and I still don't feel like I'm good enough. For Naser, or myself. I make my way to the presentation stage to give the mid-year speech for the senior class. Honestly, I'm not really feeling up to it, but I told myself I would stay strong, even if I don't have Naser anymore. I'm alone. All alone. No, now's not the time for those thoughts. I can't let myself appear weak. Jesus, I'm kind of already wishing I had accepted Fang's offer to skip out on this whole assembly thing. I really couldn't give less of a shit about all of this school spirit crap, or how we're the future of the school and need to be on our best behavior, and whatever else they're going to be telling us. I make my way to my seat through the crowded auditorium and sit next to Fang. At least being here with her will make this not as much of a snooze fest. After some empty talk from Spears and a couple of the teachers, the stage is given to Naomi for her to speak as the student body representative. It's then that I notice she looks absolutely awful. It's kind of hard to explain, but her eyes look kind of empty, I guess. I must not be the only one who noticed either, because I can hear some talking from the crowd. Look at Miss Student President. I bet she broke a nail or something before coming on stage. Why do women put on those fake nails? That is the worst thing a woman could ever do. I hate them so much. I think it was the Dennis the Menace movie that cemented that hatred. Oh my god. Right, or maybe her daddy didn't drive her to school today and she had to take the bus like us normal people. Shut the hell up, you ingrates! What a guy. Spears shouts, shakes the entire auditorium, and everyone is instantly silenced. Even Naomi is visibly shaken, despite her otherwise empty look, and she just gives him a silent nod to leave her to give her speech. Naomi's speech is about what you'd expect. Oh, she's a stupid penguin. How we need to be responsible during our last year of high school, the importance of good grades, and our exam scores for both ourselves and the school, blah, blah, blah. Despite her obviously being bothered by something, she manages to present herself pretty well. I guess this kind of thing just comes naturally for her. I'm getting more comments for the demo. I just uploaded it. Wait a minute. Things go on about as expected. More. Oh, God. More nonsense about the next coming months. Pictures of me in bed with some of the girls of school. From the more stupid crap like... What? Wait a minute. What the fuck? What the fuck? The cyclists have returned. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can already hear the other students talking amongst themselves, confused as to what's going on. We're already getting into it. Am I a whoremonger? Am I a gigolo? What's going on? Is that the fucking Skinny? Jeez, I knew she was crazy, but I didn't think Danielle had such low standards. Everyone, it's okay. It's AI generated. Look at the way the hand is made. I don't have 6 fingers on this one hand. It's a mistake. Damn, man, it's really good at going on. would have thought a loser like him could score so much pussy? What the fuck is going on? Is he about to fuck Rosa in that picture? How did he manage to score that fiery hexagon? Oh boy. Hexagon. Mama. He was still in that one. Didn't know he was into weebs as well. Stella is precious and pure. Leave her alone. She's a pure waifu. Is that Sage? I didn't think Anon was into guys. Woo! Wait, is Sage a guy or a chick? That's a good question. I would have pondered on it a bit more if the situation wasn't as dire as it was right now. I look over to Fang. She's completely fucking horrified at the sight in front of her. Shit, what the hell does she think this is? She can't really believe any of this is real, right? So it is a fake, I guess. Everybody, do not worry. I am still a virgin. Before I can even finish that thought, she sprints out of the auditorium and I follow after her. It's AI generated, don't worry. They trained it really well. The Anon model. Fang, wait, this isn't what it looks like. It takes a few minutes for what I'm seeing on the screen in front of me to register. I'm not even sure what to think of this. Who even are some of these girls? This isn't a part of the presentation, is it? Well, they're in high school, so it could either be barely legal or not legal, depending on the state you're in. What am I saying? Of course it's not. But how could this have happened? I looked out to the audience, and it's in pure chaos, with Principal Spears trying to keep everything calm. Everyone stay calm. I know for a fact Anon is a virgin. Do not worry. Oh no, why did this have to happen today? Did I mess everything up? Out of the corner of my eye, I see something purple fleeing out of the auditorium, with Principal Spears giving chase. Was that Trish? With Spears gone, it's left to me and the remaining teachers to try and maintain some semblance of order. It's a frame rate test. This is 30, and this is 60. It's like the little spaceship thing. Everyone please calm down. It's just minor technical difficulties. Please don't make a scene over this. I'm entirely ignored by the crowd of people, while the teachers continue to try to maintain order. Everyone please remain seated and calm down. I continue to be ignored. No, please stop. It's all too overwhelming, and I run out of the auditorium, trying my hardest to keep my tears in. This is all my fault. I know it. What kind of student council president am I if I can't even maintain order after something like this? I'm a complete failure. I'm not fit for this position. I'm not fit for anything. This was all a mistake. I find a quiet, isolated place to sit down, and the tears start flowing, just like that day weeks ago. I just can't do anything right, can I? No wonder Naser doesn't want me anymore. I rest my head against my legs, curled up against the wall as I continue to cry. I don't even care who sees me now. It's hard to care about anything anymore. Everything is ruined for me. I can't even do my one job at this school right. I catch up to Fang in the hallway after a short chase. I put my hand on her shoulder to try and stop her so that we can talk about this. Fang. Listen. Oh boy. Shut the fuck up, Anon. Her sudden anger hits me like a truck full of bricks. She really did believe all of that. Have you not seen some shops in your time? You can tell by the pixels. I can't believe I trusted you, thinking you actually wanted to help me. You were just looking to fuck me like all those other girls, weren't you? Fang, I swear, it's not what it looked like. She slams her foot into a nearby locker, leaving a huge dent. I can't fucking believe you, you womanizing piece of shit. Is it really a crime to get laid? I'm a regular Charlie Harper. Yeah, just put me in a Hawaiian shirt and cargo pants, and we're all good to go. There was an episode of that show where both Charlie and Alan just have the hots for a 16-year-old. I'm not joking. That is an actual episode. And there's another episode where Alan just gets really horny for a pregnant girl. That was the most dumb show I've ever seen in my life. Ugh. I trusted you. I poured my fucking heart out to you, and you were just doing it all to get me into bed with you. You're fucking disgusting, Anon. Her words hurt, but I could feel myself getting angry at the same time. Fang, fucking listen to me. Oh my god. Those eyes are even worse. They're even more piercing. I swear, I didn't do any of that shit you saw back there. I'm imagining it looks like one of those awful Photoshop jobs you see the second you click into pahealed. Those fucking pictures plague that site. It's horrible. All those photos were faked. How could you even believe such obvious fucking edits? I've seen some shops in my time. I could see Fangs was starting to cry. She was most likely feeling a mixture of betrayal and anger for believing what she saw. But how the fuck could she think any of that was real? Her anger starts to fade and it's replaced with sadness. She breaks down quickly once I started yelling at her. Anon, I trusted you. I thought you actually cared about me. I do care about you, don't you understand? Everything that happened between us on the roof, it was all real. I heard you out and I talked to you because I cared about how you were feeling at the time. I wanted to help you and help you feel better because all the bullshit you were having to deal with. While I'm talking with Fang, I can see Reed rushing down the hall towards us. What now? More bullshit? I'm still gonna do my old voices, even though I know what they actually sound like now. He stops in front of us, out of breath. Have either of you seen Trish? She ran out of the auditorium after what happened all of a sudden. Trish. Fucking course it was Trish. She's a Photoshop master. Who else would do some stupid shit like this? No, I don't care about that fucking trigger. And I'm kind of busy here right now, see? I gestured to the still crying Fang, whose expression had changed to one of concern upon hearing about Trish being missing. I can't believe she's worried about Trish at a time like this. This is all her fucking fault. Reed seemed shocked by my sudden outburst of anger. Fang suddenly gets absolutely furious. And you can't talk about my best friend like that, you fucking dick. You fucking racist. Leave her out of this. This is between you and me. You betrayed my trust, and you shit on my friends. How do you expect me to just let that go? God fucking damn it, this woman. How can she possibly take Trish's side in all of this? She's the most suspicious bitch here. She's sus. No way. Fuck Trish. That stupid bitch is the one that set all of this up to put us against each other. And it's fucking working, clearly. Whose fault is that? Not mine. Fuck you, Anon. Don't you ever talk to me again. Are you for real? She flips me off and storms away from Reed and I. Well, fine. Fuck you too, then. Go back to your stupid bitch friend. What is with women these days? Back in my day, they knew when to listen. There is a silence for a while after Fang leaves. So, Reed, you want to get a bite to eat? I'm taken aback at what Fang said as she left. God fucking damn me. I really blew it this time. Reed seems shaken by it all. I can't imagine he was expecting to run into his friends fighting in front of him like that. I sigh, banging my head on a locker in frustration. It seems to knock Reed out of his trance. Reed turns to face me, giving me a look of concern. Fake or not, I don't care at this point. It's impossible to read what the guy's really thinking, anyways. Look, bro, I know all that stuff up there was faked. It's pretty easy to tell. Gee, you fucking think. I just don't know why Trish would do something like that. I mean, if it was her, I'm not saying it was, but it could have been her, you know. No shit, it was her. Who else would fuck with me like that? You tell me. The whole school thinks I'm some kind of man whore who slept with everyone in the school. I mean, I wish that was the case, but I digress. Fuck, this was the last thing I needed to add to my public image. It's not like I had one to begin with. Fucking Trish. When I see her, I'm gonna... Why, you little... I noticed Reed frowning. Anon, look. I know this is all super messed up, but you gotta give her a break, you know? She's in a really bad place, dealing with a lot of stuff. Not trying to make excuses for this, but she literally messed with the projector you were trying to fix. Not only fucking with me, but also you in the process. What kind of friend does that? I know, but messing with school's property, how brilliant cornering herself like that, enough to get expelled from school. And I feel like I'm being surrounded by a bunch of midwets. They all got brain fog. It's totally real. It's totally affecting us. E. Reed is cut off by the roar of our caveman principal's voice coming in through the intercom, making the both of us jump. Anna, get your ass to my office immediately. My teeth rub together. Reed gives me a look of pity, and I just sigh. I make my way to the principal's office. I guess Reed feels bad for me or something because he follows me there. Not like it's going to do any good in sparing me from our caveman principal's wrath. Once we arrive outside the principal's office, I can already hear him yelling at someone, presumably Trish. It does sound like he's getting much of a response out. Doesn't sound like he's getting much of a response out of her, though. What a bitch. I bet she doesn't even feel the least bit sorry about any of this. Reed looks distressed hearing what Spears is shouting. I imagine this isn't the first time he's had to deal with this, and I bet it won't be the last either. I warned you already not to pull a stunt like this. You're a senior. You need to be setting a better example for the students. You're lucky I'm not throwing you out of the school for good. Still no response to be heard from the other party. After a bit of silence, Spears shouts for me to enter his office, and I oblige. In the least surprising twist possible, Trish is sitting down with her arms crossed, looking annoyed over the whole ordeal. Sit down, Anon. You, her, and I need to talk about all of this. I begrudgingly sit down next to Trish, annoyed at her seemingly complete lack of remorse over what she did. Spears looks at the two of us and sighs. Why is it that you two feel the need to be at each other's throats all the time? This is the first time I've had you both gathered in my office together, but I know well enough about the feud between you two that I have good reason to give you both the most severe legally viable punishment I can think of for allowing things to get this bad. I attempt to interject, but I can see that would be a terrible mistake, since Spears just puts his meaty hand in front of my face as soon as I open my mouth. Shut up and let me finish, Anon. You two are almost adults. It is unreasonable for me to expect you to act like you have some goddamn sense instead of fighting like children. I mean, guess when he puts it that way, I can see where he's coming from. But this is all Trish's fault. I didn't even do anything to her. Especially not to justify something like this. Trish remains silent, giving me annoyed glares. I imagine she already knows that if she talks out of line, she's just going to get into even more trouble than she's already in. I bet she's in this kind of situation all the time. Typical trigger. And I'm sure you're thinking you haven't done anything to justify this kind of behavior from Trish, correct? Well, shit, he's got me. I nod in response, and he sighs. Have you ever taken the time to consider why is it that Trish decided she needed to respond in this way? Because she's a... Trish jabs me in the gut, knocking the wind out of me before I'm able to finish that sentence. Given Spears' expression, that was probably for the better, honestly. Spears looks at Trish, nodding to her and giving her the chance to speak. She quickly responds. I bet she's been preparing this ahead of time. Of course this is all your fault, Anon. You never once cared about my feelings, or even Fang's for that matter. Ever since you moved here, you've just been controlling her and twisting her into something she's not. What the fuck is she going on about? Has her tiny brain finally snapped? Is she going full schizo on me? Comment. You've caused nothing but problems for all of us ever since the beginning. Fang told me what happened at the auditorium on your first day you got here. That was all yours and that idiot Naser's fault. Wait. Oh. Fang keeping secrets from me, not talking to me the way she used to, not doing things with me like she used to. It's all your fault. You changed something in her. The trigger's rage was impassioned, and her voice was shaky. She definitely had this whole thing prepared. Spears silences her before she says too much. I'm amazed she had enough self-control to stop herself from saying some dumb shit, knowing how foul-mouthed she usually is. I just groan in response to her whole speech, and that really sets her off. Thankfully, Spears is there to stop her from goring me with her horns right on the spot. Behave yourself. Trisha is immediately shut down by Spears' roar, causing her to shrink back into her chair. Spears sighs again, rubbing the bridge of his nose in annoyance. This is exactly the problem. You two need to come to some kind of compromise before this gets even worse. I don't want to have to expel the both of you from the school for something even dumber than this was. Do you understand? Trish and I nod, and Spears nods back in response. Anon, do you have anything to add? Being given the chance to speak finally, I stand up. I had my own speech prepared too, Trish. Yeah, I got something to say. I don't care what kind of justification Trish thinks she had for doing this shit to me, because I already have more than enough to deal with on a regular basis. If she's just gonna trig out on me for no reason at all, what exactly can I even do? She's clearly not interested in talking to me if her first instinct is to publicly humiliate me in front of everyone. Especially Fang. God, it's gonna be so awkward trying to talk to her after this. So, all I have to say at the end of this is that none of this is my fault. I didn't do a damn thing here. Trish is the one responsible for everything, and I'm not about to apologize to her for something I had nothing to do with, especially if she's not going to apologize first. Spears frowns at my response, though he seems to understand where I'm coming from, since he doesn't admonish me any further. Trish, on the other hand, is clearly furious at me placing all the blame on her, but she clearly knows by now that she can't do anything to me as long as we are in this office together. Alright, can I go now? Spears still seems somewhat unsatisfied with my answer, but he sighs again and dismisses me from the office. Don't let me have to call you back in here again, Anon, because it'll be the last time, understand? And as for you, Trish, you and I need to talk more about a suitable punishment for this stunt. Trish groans loudly, although I doubt she didn't see this outcome coming when she had the idea in the first place. I take my leave from the office, meeting back up with Reed outside. He tries to talk to me, but whatever he wants to say, I'm too pissed off to hear it out. Fuck trying to show any kind of empathy for that trigger. She ruined me. This is even worse than the shit from my old school that leaked somehow. Fuck my life. Somehow I've managed to survive the rest of the day, despite the bullshit that had happened earlier. Thanks for nothing, Trish, you dumb fucking trigger. God. God. Oh boy. How hard is it to just fucking say you've got a problem with me instead of trying to ruin my entire life? Well, that's just what women do sometimes. I don't know what's worse, her or the fact that people are stupid enough to fall for her bullshit. It's a deep fake, damn it. At least I can get my mind off of all this with some food. No one ever pays any attention to me during lunch anyways, so I can at least get some peace and quiet for now. Better enjoy it while it lasts. I scan the lunchroom for a seat after getting my food, and the usual table is unpopulated. I guess after what happened with Fang earlier, it makes sense she wouldn't come eat here, and I know Reed and Trish would be with her right now. I should probably give her some space to calm down before I try to explain myself again. Well, I don't want to look like a loser sitting alone, even if no one is looking, so I guess I should just pick a table at random to sit down. Unless it's like a movie where they're just going to slam their hand on the table and go... There's two movies I'd like to watch again, Well, one of them I don't think I watched, but the other one I definitely did at some point. Max Keebler, and I kind of want to see How to Eat Fried Worms, because I remember the advertisements for that one. just comment after comment. I glance at one of the populated tables. What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck is going on? What did I miss? What the fuck? Yeah, not a chance. I feel like my options are severely limited now. No one ever wanted to sit with a skinny to begin with, especially now that they think he's out to fuck every girl in the school. And who knows? Maybe he is. Fucking Trish, making me even more of a pariah. I notice Naomi is sitting by herself, blankly poking at whatever vegan monstrosity is on her plate with her spoon. Is Naser not here today? It's not normal for her to be sitting alone like that. Against all my better judgment, and from a lack of better options, I approach her and sit down on the same table at the same table as her. She doesn't respond to me sitting down. I guess something must be bothering her real bad. Probably some dumb popular girl issue. Hey, Naomi just continues poking at her food, ignoring me completely. Seriously, what even is that on her plate? Earth to Naomi, anybody home? Suddenly the sound of my voice registers to Naomi, and she glances in my direction. I should not move in this chair, jumping a bit in surprise when she sees who's sitting in front of her. Anon, what an unexpected surprise. Something definitely sounds off about her. On closer inspection, I can see that her eyes are also a bit red and puffy. Has she been crying again? Fang isn't available today, I assume. She probably noticed something was off about the way she was speaking, because that question sounded a bit more normal. Feels like forever ago when I used to eat lunch with her and Naser instead of Fang and the others. Still, something about it feels different today, with it just being me and her. Yeah, well, I know you saw what happened earlier. I mean, how couldn't you, since you were up there presenting to everyone? Wait, I mean, how couldn't you, since you were up there presenting it to everyone? Real smooth talker, Anon. Definitely not making things awkward at all. Naomi just sighs in response to my words and goes back to poking at the pile of indescribable goop in front of her. Yes, I remember. I don't really want to talk about it, though. Naomi seems especially bothered now. Maybe I said the wrong thing. I guess I didn't stick around to see the aftermath of that whole fuckfest of an assembly, so I can't imagine if it was exactly fun for her, especially if Naser's not here. Looks like we both got kind of screwed over by the whole shit fest. Right. So, where's Naser? Did he not come to school today? Naomi drops her spoon in response, shaking a bit. Oh shit. Now you've gone and done it, Anon. You done fucked it now. Well, I quickly realize that this isn't going to be an easy thing for Naomi to answer, although I don't want to assume anything yet. Has Naser gotten into a bad accident or something? I hadn't heard anything from Fang about that, so I don't know. No, on second thought, you don't have to answer that. Sorry I brought it up. I don't want to risk hearing Naomi's ear-splitting crying from the other day, but at the same time, I'm not really sure if I can handle actually seeing her cry either. Jeez, what the hell did I just walk into? No, it's okay, really. Naomi sighs again before picking her spoon back up from the table. Naser and we broke up. Oh, shit. I wasn't expecting that. Naomi notices my silence. She awkwardly tries to change the subject to something else. Well, I don't have to worry about that, well, you don't have to worry about that, or me, Anon. That's my problem anyways. Fuck no, it's not fine. I can literally see the tears welling up in your eyes. Well, how to approach this situation delicately to avoid making the situation worse. Well, at least you can always find someone better, right? Real fucking smooth there, Anon. You're just the fucking king of sensitivity, are you? Naomi seems more defeated than anything by my words. She doesn't even bother giving my stupid comment or response. She just sighs and puts her head in her hands, probably to hide her tears. I know you're just trying to make me feel better in your own idea of what constitutes as such, but please, now is not the time. Shit, I'm actually starting to feel kind of bad for Naomi now. But this isn't really my problem, is it? I barely even know her, and it's not like she's really someone I'd call a friend either. On the other hand, what kind of man would I be if I just let a girl cry her eyes out in front of me without at least trying to help her feel better? Even if I fail, it can't hurt to try, right? Only question is what exactly I can do for Naomi in the first place. The answer soon spills out in front of me, because Naomi starts talking more about the situation. I just don't know what I'm gonna do now. Without Naser, I had spent so much time preparing things for the both of us, and for our future together. And now it's all gone. Was it all a wasted effort? Yeah, well, I'm aware of what you're doing. Although I doubt Naser would have really appreciated any of it. Well, I guess I can confirm that theory, actually, given this current situation. I don't know about wasted effort, I guess. I mean, you two were happy together, right? Isn't that the important thing? That's how anime always made it seem, that things in a relationship would be fine as long as both people were happy. Not that I know, since the closest thing to a relationship I've ever had has been potentially completely ruined thanks to a certain purple midget bitch. I don't even know if Naser was happy. I feel so much like I've failed him completely. That nothing I ever did mattered to him. He was so angry when he found out what was going on. I thought he'd be able to understand what I was trying to do. I mean, not everyone is going to exactly be happy to find out that you want to fix their sister, especially in the way you intended. Do you really think so? What? Oh, right, I must have mumbled that out loud. Naomi again sighs, although it's uneven and strained. I guess it makes sense. But I just don't know what to do from here. I feel so lost. A lot of what my life has become was for his sake. That's pretty obvious to tell, Naomi. You're damn near obsessed with the guy, even outside of what I guess is normal girlfriend standards. I mean, I really don't know a whole lot about relationship stuff, but I don't think it's a good sign for the need to control someone else's life. It's a good sign for the need to control someone else's life that much. Looking at the situation you're in now, I think you should probably figure out how you can stand up for yourself. I mean, you are the student council president. That's quite an achievement. Naomi smiles a bit at my response. She even laughs a bit. Oh, if only it were that easy. At least I'm not a total lost cause when it comes to talking to girls after all. I may yet have a future as a productive member of society after all. I know it probably doesn't mean much coming from me, but I appreciate your input, Anon. Why wouldn't it mean much coming from you? I always had a feeling you never liked me much, but then again, that's a common reaction I get from others, which is why I don't even bother trying. I mean, she's right about the part about me not liking her. She suddenly looked sadder. It's as if she was reflecting on something. I wish we had gotten along better earlier in the year and actually became friends. I didn't think too highly of her before now, but she's a person too. Everyone's got their own problems and reasons for the way they act, I guess. Well, what's stopping that from happening now? Not like we both have a lot of options currently, right? Naomi's caught by surprise by my words and drops her spoon again. That was probably the last thing she was expecting me to say. Is that a no? No, I just wasn't expecting to hear you say it is all. Naomi almost seems at a loss for words. I wonder if she even knows how to respond to what I'm saying. I mean, why would she? The super popular girl everyone seems to like hanging out with the loser human of Volcano High. She's probably thinking the prospect over, as well as how it would affect her reputation, I bet. Must seem like the single stupidest idea possible, basically akin to social suicide. She clears her throat before speaking again. I appreciate the offer, Anon, but I don't think I can agree to that. Honestly, I should have expected that reply. Now, don't get the wrong idea, Anon. I'm not saying no just because of some social reason or because you aren't a nice person. It's just that... Well, I feel like I need some time to think, to be alone. The incident earlier was really rough on me too, and I don't think I can be around anyone right now. Damn, and here I thought we were making progress towards something. At least her mood seems to have improved a bit. Small victories, I guess. Naomi suddenly stands up and excuses herself. I'm not really hungry, so I'm just gonna go. Have a nice rest of the day, Anon. And, well, thank you for talking to me like this. I really appreciate it. Well, it's nice getting a real compliment from Naomi for once. It almost feels like I saw a bit of the real Naomi today, out of that fake bubbly shell she's had the whole time I had known her. I watched her as she made her way out of the lunchroom, wondering if I could have said something differently to change her mind. No, I probably handled that as about as well as I could have, given the circumstances. Geez, Anon, you really get popular with the ladies lately, huh? Well, less than you think. Talking to Naomi like it's no big deal, and it wasn't even a complete disaster. And then suddenly, the massive anxiety hits all at once. Took you long enough to catch up, brain.